Hello and welcome back to another Updates from the Field. This is a really simple title for what we're doing here today because we're going to get an update from the field from some sent partners, some people that are part of our church who have been sent out across the world to do ministry in Jesus's name. If we haven't met before, my name is Jason VanHove. I'm one of the pastors here at Harvest Vineyard, and I've got a great couple with me. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and share a little bit about where you're at today?
Yeah, I'm Will Owens.
And I am Jess Owens, and we are currently near Atlanta, Georgia, which is where our missions organization is based out of. It's called Operation Mobilization.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So glad to have you guys with us today. I know I'm really excited to hear more about what's happening in your life and ministry today, and I'm sure many others are that are listening in. Before Will and Just share, just a reminder, they are priority partners to our church, meaning that they've been a part of our church family for many years and that they're sent around the world to a strategic location. We partner with Will and Jess but through prayer and monthly support financially as well, and also providing staff access and support for them. And we love you guys. We're so thankful for you. Yeah, thanks. We received that. Awesome. So would you guys share just a little bit about what's happening right now in life and ministry?
Yeah, so if you don't know us, we joined Harvest Vineyard about 16 years ago and left to be missionaries 3 years ago. So we left and served overseas right away. And then we're back now in the States, still serving with Operation Mobilization, but specifically focused on Teen Street, which is the ministry that we're working with.
Teen Street?
Yeah, repping.
Yep. Yeah. So Teen Street is kind of the teen-focused ministry of Operation Mobilization, and it's been growing rapidly in the last couple of years. One of the focuses of Teen Street is developing discipleship cultures and small groups in many different nations, specifically nations that where Christ is still growing. The name of Christ is still growing and being shared rapidly. So my role actually within that is I'm the director of training for Teen Street International, and that includes meeting with adults who are volunteering or staffed as pastors around the world, and helping them, one, just to develop the training within themselves to lead, but also how they grow and foster discipleship within small groups. Small groups is a huge focus of Teen Street, so I'm really excited to be kind of leading that charge.
Yeah, and so my focus is I'm the director of content for Teen Street International. So basically what that means is I have a team of people who are focused on helping teens and small group leaders go through the discipleship journey. So lots of times we hear adults say, well, I want to help teenagers learn how to follow Christ, but I don't have any materials specifically in like Middle Eastern or underdeveloped or like non-Western culture. They don't have access to how to even do a small group. So my team writes Bible studies. We create programs for camps or events that they can do. And then we give that to anyone who wants to start the discipleship journey with a small group of teens around the world.
That's amazing. You know, as we were preparing today for this video call, I was reflecting on the fact that when we originally sent you, we all thought that we were sending you to Ireland, that you thought you were going to Ireland. And then that did not work out for many reasons, closed borders and other things. And you ended up in the Balkans for a while and working with OM in that area and had some good ministry, great ministry in that area. And now, after the pandemic, you've landed in Atlanta, and here God has given you this opportunity to do ministry with people all across the world, something we would have never dreamed of. That's so cool to me and exciting. So I'm just curious to know what kinds of things are you really excited about that are happening right now in your areas of ministry as they stand currently?
Yeah. Well, I'll go first because I don't know why, because I'll just go first. Anyway, yeah, things have been, I know with my role have been a little bit more gray in how they've been growing, maybe not black and white, but connecting with adults around the world and finding out what their needs are has been quite a journey. And I was just reflecting on that a year ago at this time, I was just starting to build relationships with different Teen Street directors. And now Teen Street is actually in 53 different countries. And so to be able to hear from different directors as they connect with adults who are leading youth ministry or developing small groups, it's grown pretty rapidly within the last year. And coming up in the next couple months, I'll be able to lead some trainings, specifically in the Andean region, for coaches in Asia. So several different countries in Asia: Philippines, Malaysia, South Korea, China, Japan. And then also, I can't, because of safety reasons, I can't specifically name countries, but in North Africa, we've already met with a group of coaches. We call them coaches there.
They're small group leaders.
They're small group leaders. But in October and December, was able to go through a group of training with trusted adults who are beginning small groups in North Africa, which is amazing. And we're going to continue training with them. So that's what's really exciting for me, is to keep hearing more and more what adults need as they love teens and want to disciple them. And I think it really probably an encouraging thing for us in the US to hear is that a lot of what they deal with, the obstacles and challenges, are very similar. How to love teens well, how to have empathy for what they're going through, especially as generations are different from each other. So that's really exciting, and I'm very thankful that God has given me the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, that is exciting. And just to think about how you're getting to work with locals in areas where you wouldn't be able to go live as a more traditional kind of a missionary and be a part of the country and the community there. And yet God has given you opportunities to build people up and to enable them to reach their neighbors and reach the people who live around them. That's amazing. That's really cool. How about for you, Jess? We'd love to hear what's happening that you're excited about right now.
Yeah, so we just launched our new theme for the year. So all the teens will be going through the Psalms, which is really fun. We have year-round Bible studies that we just launched, where the cool thing about them is that it's not only teaching teens how to do like a DBS, a Discovery Bible Study, for themselves so they can read the Bible on their own, but it's also talking about who are the least reached, how can I actually do something about it, and teaching them about people like kids their age around the country who they can actually be praying for. So that's really fun. We also just sent off daily studies that are specifically Teen Street studies. We partnered with the Bible Project, if you guys have heard of them, and they are actually going to put our studies on the YouVersion Bible app. And so those will be up and going, which just blows my mind, but that's really fun. Another thing that I'm really excited about is I actually get to travel, not all the time, but frequently. I get to go to some of the different countries. I got to go to Dubai to be part of their Teen Street, and one in Serbia. And coming up this year, there are a couple of different opportunities. One specifically I'm excited about is I'm really passionate about teenagers who are refugees, who have left their countries and are on their own. They've left their families. And just yesterday, I got to talk to the OM leaders in Greece and find out if we can actually go to the refugee camp in Greece and love on their teens, teach them English, do different skill things for them, and run a Teen Street camp there. So those are the things that are coming up that I'm really excited about and really passionate about. And even being here in the US gives us opportunities to be able to go out and spend time with the leaders that we get to meet online with all the time, but to actually get to go and be with them and love on them and encourage them and equip them is something that I'm super passionate about.
Okay, that is awesome. So I am pulling out my phone and I'm opening my YouVersion Bible app. So you're telling me that I'm going to get to see your content on this app if I have the YouVersion Bible app?
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely. It's not up there yet, but it'll be there soon. So it'll be under Teen Street, and I'll spread the word when it's up. So.
That's great. You know, the way you started, you're like, we just came out with our theme. I thought maybe you were going to give us a big reveal of your theme for this year. I was getting all pumped up about that, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see it on the app.
That's true. All right. So our Bible verse for the year is Psalm, I can't remember. 119, verse 130. And it's the unfolding of your word gives light. It brings understanding to the simple. Yeah. So the whole year we're telling teens that, hey, if you have something going on in your life, if you're sad, go to the Psalms. Mm-hmm. If you're feeling this or happy or whatever, it's all in the Psalms. There's a Psalm for everything you're feeling. And so directing them to verses and creating lists of Bible verses that they can go to when they're feeling different things. So it's all about opening the word, guys.
Come on. I love it. That was a good tease right there. That was great. Good teaser. So could you give us you mentioned doing a Teen Street event, and specifically doing a Teen Street event with refugees, which I know that you've done before in the the area of the Balkans there. And it sounds like you have that opportunity in Greece. Can you give us like a 30-second overview? What does that look like to have a Teen Street event when you say that, so that other people can know what a Teen Street event looks like? Yeah,
so Teen Street started about 30 years ago in Europe. The event is focused on small groups. And so it's you go to the event with your small group leader. There's fun, music, worship, all that stuff. But the focus really is like helping the small group leader know how to disciple their teens. Mm-hmm. And so to do that in a refugee area looks a little bit differently because they don't come in with small groups. And so it's more discipling those refugees on how to have a relationship with Jesus on their own, but also building a group of other teens that they can like walk through life with. Yeah. And so we just did one in Serbia at the refugee camp. 90% of them were Afghan refugees. There were 400 teens there, or that age. And so for us, it was worshiping with them. It was doing workshops with them, teaching them life skills. It was praying for them. We played a lot of cricket because that's something you do with people from Afghanistan. So looking forward, going into Greece, it would be having just people there, Teen Street, people go in, love on the teenagers, show them who Jesus is, because most of them will come from Muslim countries, talking to them about how much God loves them and is caring for them. A lot of them feel like they've been abandoned, like they don't have anywhere to go. Nobody wants them. And so just reminding them that they are God's children and walking through some different stuff with them. Some of it is trauma care. So just helping them understand that they are loved and they belong to God.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So that's something to be excited about that's coming up. I'm just curious, as one final thought here, what's something else that you're excited about that's coming up in your areas of ministry?
I think for us, we've been talking about the many different countries around the world, and a lot of the countries that we've been mentioning are countries where small groups and being trained as an adult to work with teens and especially to disciple them is very new. The resources are very limited, but actually Teen Street has been launching in the US for about the last 6 to 8 months. And so that's something that's been very exciting to see how that Teen Street will be brought here, and maybe with a little bit more focus on helping teens know that they can go and serve and what it looks like to not just be discipled, but go to places where they can disciple others. So that's a really exciting thing. Is that what will that look like in the U.S.?
Awesome.
We actually have a breakfast tomorrow with local pastors and para-ministry leaders to begin that journey.
Yeah, so we have a Teen Street event in June that will be in the Atlanta area, but actually at a refugee facility. So our heart is to bring local teens in to go through Teen Street, like an event with the refugee teens that live there, and kind of build some relationships, close some gaps that might be there. So that's really exciting.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Cool. You've already got me pumped for our next time that we talk and get another update to hear more, maybe look back on some of these things and look forward to the new things that God will be involving you in. That's amazing. So just a reminder, Will and Jess are supported by Harvest Vineyard Church, but you can join in getting specific prayer updates from them and even financially supporting them as well. I'm going to put a link in the video description below so that you can click on that and go to their page and get even more info on Will and Jess and the ministry that God has them involved in right now. Guys, I think we did it. We did an update from the field. Nice job.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for joining us. And thanks, Will and Jess. We love you so much. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.